Welcome to day 2 and sea day number 1. Well, hello and welcome to day 2 on board P&O Britannia, the flagship vessel of the fleet. I've had a very lazy day so far. After yesterday's travelling and a few cheeky gins last night, I took the opportunity to have a very late lie-in, so that means I've skipped breakfast and I intend to go to Peninsula main dining room for lunch around about 1:30 depending on the queue. I am making use of my balcony. I've missed having a balcony because for quite a lot of cruises I've not had a balcony, so yeah, I'm very much making the most of it. I've been out here for around about 90 minutes just watching the world go by, and it's absolute bliss. Let me just show you the current view. It is an obstructed balcony, but to be fair, the view is not too obstructed. There's a lifeboat below and there's a structure to the right, but then there's quite an open view, so let me show you. So I should really reserve my place in the queue to go to Peninsula, or otherwise I will run out of time and not be able to go. Good news, I've had notification that my table is ready in Peninsula restaurant, so let's head down the atrium and find the table. Lunchtime in Peninsula restaurant, table 198, and a lovely window seat. They changed my table upon arrival without me requesting it, which is nice. So the menu's arrived and I've chosen my 3 courses. I'll show you the menu. Here we are then, first course is here, and it's the butternut squash soup. If I'm completely honest, that butternut squash soup was a bit of a letdown. I could taste salt, a little bit of heat, but not a lot else. There wasn't really any depth of flavour to that. It's a bit bland. Salty. Anyway. It is now time for sausage and mash. Sausage and mash was much better than the soup. The depth of flavour, especially in the gravy, that was pretty good. Now we're actually getting somewhere. And I have now got the peach Melba, just the one dessert today. So, take a look. Peach Melba was light, airy, creamy and pretty tasty. Now I have to say I felt pretty let down by that experience. It just seems like all of the attention is placed on evening dinner and not really lunch. In my own opinion, and nobody else's, the courses seem to lack imagination and are limited in option, whereas for the main meal you get quite a lot of dishes with lots of international flair. Also, table across from me were brought bread rolls, but I was skipped, and it's just all those little things that add up to the overall experience. So okay, not terrible, but not great either. Fingers crossed for dinner tonight, because after all, it is celebration night. Well, good evening and welcome to Elegant Night. I'm sorry you've not heard from me much today, but after lunch I wasn't feeling too good, so I've been in the room for most of the day, resting and trying to recuperate. Nothing to do with the food, by the way, just feeling very under the weather today, so yeah, I've been taking it easy. Now got myself showered and changed, ready for elegant night. I've been in the queue for the restaurant for probably an hour. It was closed for quite some time because the queue was so full. But yeah, I've managed to get in it. Bit of a tight schedule because the plan is to go to the Meridian restaurant for elegant dinner. Then it is comedy in Live Lounge, which starts at 9:15. Then there's the silent disco, which starts at 9:30, so hopefully I'll catch a bit of that. And then it's the second showing of the theatre show, which is called On the Horizon. So hopefully I'm in for a good night, and I just thought I'd come to the aft of Deck 7 and show you the wake view, because it is the clearest from any deck on board due to the bits that jut out over the aft from other viewing points. So there you go. Just incredible, right? Okay, let's get this night started. Hopefully my place in the queue will become 0 in a moment and I can sit down and eat some elegant dinner. Here we go then, just after the last piece to camera, I got the notification to say my table's ready, so I'm here at table 122. I've got the 5-course menu, and let me try to show you. There's lots of shadows, so I'll try my best to not capture any of that. Whilst I'm munching on my bread roll then, we start the night with the amuse-bouche, which is the strawberry Bloody Mary. If I remember from the past, I have something similar to this and it was really good, so I've got quite high hopes. Very refreshing, that strawberry Bloody Mary, and now I have got the starter number 1 before the soup arrives. I have the forest mushroom and blue cheese cannelloni. That cannelloni was absolutely incredible. Words cannot sum up just how great that was. Now I've got soup next. I'm a little bit nervous after the lunchtime experience, but this should be better, I hope. It is green pea soup. So the soup was not as tasty as the cannelloni, but it was certainly much more flavourful than the one at lunch. So yeah, that wasn't bad at all. And now I've got the curried chicken Kiev. That Kiev was super good. That curry twist really worked. Yeah, very good. Probably on par with the cannelloni starter. And lastly, after a bit of about a 20-minute delay, I'm not quite sure why things ground to a halt because they were very efficient up to that point. Anyway, I've now got the tarte tatin. Well, it may have been a bit of a wait for the tarte tatin, but it was worth the wait. That was absolutely superb. Perfect end to a perfect meal, and in the grand scheme of things, that little bit of a delay wasn't a biggie. It just felt like it at the time. Everything ran so smoothly up until that point. It's kind of their own doing, really. So, dinner done. Next up, comedy, followed by silent disco, and then the main theatre show. The comedian was pretty good. The silent disco was a little bit tame. I'm sure as people get warmed up throughout the cruise, there'll be more people taking part because there will be another silent disco before we get off. I can almost guarantee that. And the main theatre show was, yeah, it was okay. Some really talented singers. So there we go. That is the end of the second day and sea day number 1. It is sea day number 2. Yet another late start today. Really not feeling too clever, but we soldier on. I'm resting as much as I can. I have again skipped breakfast I've come to the Horizon Buffet for a spot of lunch, and I've got some bang bang chicken and some Szechuan noodle dish, and also some rice. It was flavoured, but I can't remember what's in it. But let me show you what I've got. That food was pretty good, you know. Those Szechuan noodles were super fiery hot. But yeah, very tasty, as was the bang bang chicken, and the rice was pretty good too. So I have been up to get some desserts. I've got an apple brown Betty, but you can't really see because it's got a layer of custard on top. I'll try to show you what's underneath in a second. And then I've also got some kind of strawberry dessert, which I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, let me show you. The sun has come out to play, and it looks quite a gorgeous day, and it feels really warm in this sunshine. I'm just crossing the Lido deck after the buffet, and I'm going to go down to deck 7 on the open deck and watch the aft and enjoy the weather. And people are taking full advantage of the nice weather in the 2 pools. Still not feeling 100%, it was back to bed for another few hours. Good evening and welcome to the evening of Sea Day 2. It is time to head to Meridian for the 3rd time for dinner this evening. From tomorrow night it will be something a little bit different, but for now let's go and get to the aft of deck 5 and see what culinary delights there are on offer this evening. Here we are then, table 143. I've had a different table every night so far, which is not really surprising when it's anytime dining. It is a table all on its own again, which is quite nice, so I've got no neighbours to be disturbed by my filming. And I have kind of a sea view. It's on the opposite side of the sunset, unfortunately, but there is a lot of cloud out there, so I'm not sure there'll be much to see. Let's take a look at the menu then, shall we? The food has started to come out then, and to start with I've got the chicken liver parfait. I have to say it looks quite the work of art. We are off to a fabulous start. That chicken liver parfait was just superb, just my kind of dish. That really hit the spot. I'm glad I have 2 starters though. So I've now got the chickpea curried Scotch egg. So the curried chickpea Scotch egg was perfectly adequate, not quite up to the dizzy heights of the liver parfait, but still pretty tasty nonetheless, and it also looked pretty on the plate, which is always good. I've now got the porcini encrusted veal. The veal was not crusted in mushrooms as was advertised. However, there were plenty in the sauce, and very tasty that dish was too. Not going to beat the liver parfait, however, was still darn adequate for my liking. Thank you very much. So now I've got the lemon posset and also the dark chocolate mousse. Both look very inviting, and I'm looking forward to tucking in because I still have plenty of room left. Well, that lemon posset was so delicious. I started eating it and then left half of it, moved across to the dark chocolate mousse just to move back to the posset because it was going to be the last thing I tasted. That was absolutely divine. The dark chocolate mousse was, Yeah, perfectly good, but the posset definitely won out. I think that this is the most consistently good meal that I've had so far this cruise. I really liked every single dish that I had. Some were better than others, but none of them I thought was just average. They were all really good. So that's dinner done. I'm gonna get an early night tonight because I'm up early to get on a train from Kiel in Germany in the morning. More on that tomorrow. I may pop into the live lounge to see the rock show by the house band Pulse, but there have been quite a number of times where the venue has reached capacity. Okay, we're in luck. The venue is not at capacity, so let's pop in and just have a very quick look. There we go, that was a quick taster of the rock show with Pulse, the house band, in the live lounge. And talk about perfect timing. I thought I'd missed it, but it's a sunset going on. Right, I think that's just about me done. It is about 9:45, so I'm gonna chill out down here on deck 7 for a bit, and then I think it's up to bed for an early night. Well, that is the end of day 3. Tomorrow I'll be in Kiel in Germany, where I'll be hopping on a train to go somewhere else. Do consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're the first to be notified when new content drops. If you've enjoyed this video, then do give me a like, and in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next upload. Night, guys.